I could give a damn about anything going on in this movie because it was absolutely trash.
It starts off as the worst movie you've ever seen in your entire life, and then it becomes something so unhinged that I've never seen anything like it before.
It's so bad and so dumb.
It's honestly painful to watch. Blake Lively had a full-blown meltdown after Another Simple Favor got yanked off Amazon with barely a whisper. If you needed proof that she's detonated her own career, this is it.
Overall, the movie's ridiculous. Like, you gotta know going in what you're getting into.
And the worst part? She didn't sink alone. Poor Anna Kendrick got dragged into the wreckage simply for being anywhere near the chaos.
I'm blaming it all on Blake Lively. This has got to be Blake Lively's fault. Because this shouldn't even be a thing. This should not exist. I'm telling you.
That's the curse of standing next to Blake. Collateral damage. Just by association?
Then do not watch this movie. Do not watch the sequel. It offered nothing new, nothing of substance, nothing noteworthy.
And the funniest part? The fact that Another Simple Favor was ever greenlit in the first place. Because whatever landed on Prime on May 1st, 2024 wasn't a sequel. It was a cinematic train wreck with a $40 hat budget and an ego inflated to Blake Lively levels.
I am reeling and will be reeling until the day that I die. I'm talking psycho triplets. I'm talking incest.
Let's talk about the release strategy straight to streaming. Not one theater wanted to touch it. That's not a red flag. That's a glowing neon billboard. When a studio skips the popcorn rollout and dumps your film on Prime like expired takeout, you know they've lost all faith.
Fucking murder, homosexuality, and crazy outfits on the island of Capri. On the island of Capri. Run, don't walk. I will never be the same, and I will never stop talking.
And here's the kicker. The first A Simple Favor pulled in a clean $97.6 million worldwide on just a $20 million budget. You'd think they'd at least try to repeat that magic. Instead, Amazon buried the sequel so deep in the Prime carousel you'd need GPS to find it. Their logic seemed to be, if no one watches, no one screams. Spoiler, everyone screamed.
What the I wish I could tell you guys what I just watched. But I don't know. It was bad. Like it was terrible.
And this so-called sequel took the original sleek mystery thriller vibe and turned it into a full-blown circus. Worse? Even Anna Kendrick's die-hard fans, the ones who would normally defend her at all costs, tapped out. People who once adored her awkward charm are stepping back like, sorry girl, not if you're standing next to Blake again. And honestly,
Heavily disappointed. I think Allison Janney and Anna Kendrick were the two best things about this film, but as far as the story goes, it was absolutely far-fetched and really honestly convoluted and so hard to believe.
now let's carve into the rotten meat of this sandwich, the plot. Stephanie, Anna Kendrick's character, is somehow a true crime podcast queen now. Because of course she is.
Be that bad? It was truly like that bad. It's like I said, when the movie gets to points where it's trying to push the plot forward and it's presenting plot points that actually reveal what's going on.
But before you can even process that absurdity, bam, suddenly we're in Capri. Not for a wine-soaked getaway, not for a chic Italian retreat, but for a wedding that spirals into a murder trap. And just when you think it can't get dumber, Blake Lively shows up. As 3 different versions of herself making out with each other.
Run, don't walk. I will never be the same, and I will never stop talking about this. If this is her last film, what a bang. Horrible. Amazing. I'll never be the same.
Yes, you heard correctly. Triple identities, staged suicides, and psychotic triplets. It's as if someone watched The Parent Trap on acid and thought, you know what this needs? Trauma. Only instead of suspense, what you get is unintentional comedy. Andy Senor, who normally bends over backward to give bad movies a break, admitted the second half completely lost him. And if Andy's out, you know it's dire.
When I tell you, I had no idea how bad this would be. I mean, no idea. Wait until I show you some of this.
And every twist in this mess plays like it was dreamed up by a wine mom who thinks plot holes are chic. There's no logic, no build-up, no payoff, just chaos stitched together with dialogue that feels like it was ghost-written by ChatGPT on 3% battery. Even the most forgiving fans walked away asking, wait, is this a parody? Because honestly, that's exactly what it felt like. A parody of itself.
That was like a cartoon. It was like a lot of like frizzy Blake Lively hair, but twice. There's twice the Blake Lively in it. I'll leave it at that. I mean, I'm not going to leave it at that because here's the other weird, gross thing. There was like very violent, incestual stuff in it.
Let's just rip the band-aid off. Blake Lively. Whoever told her she was ready for her villain era deserves to be sued. Her Emily is played like some cartoonish sociopath. Zero arc, zero nuance, just brick wall emotions and a wardrobe that screams deranged cruise ship heiress. It's all hats, all drama, and that baffling I did it for you monologue nobody asked for.
It was like glazed over and like kind of a haha, like made a joke of. I'm so grossed out right now. The writing was terrible. Like Alex Newell and Andrew Rennell, like they deserve better.
I've seen TikTok creators with a ring light and no acting lessons deliver more emotion. Critics called her flat and lifeless, which is generous. Watching Blake attempt depth was like watching a mannequin stumble through Shakespeare. Painful, awkward, secondhand embarrassing.
What are you guys doing? Like, I don't know if I've ever seen a movie that bad, and I watched the Joker sequel. This is not me getting on the Blake Lively like hate train or anything like that. Like, honestly and truly, that was really fucking bad.
You know it's bad when even Andy Signore, who literally defended watching this thing because he didn't pay for it, started asking if Blake was trolling us. Half the time, it didn't even feel like acting. It felt like Blake playing herself, smug, narcissistic, and draped in designer trench coats, shoehorned into yet another fake twist.
For a movie to be worse, the worst movie you've ever seen, that's pretty bad. And on top of that, worse than the Joker 2, like which got it, across the board, it was getting ripped to shreds. And that is saying a lot.
Meanwhile, Anna Kendrick looks like she wandered onto the wrong set and couldn't find the exit. Her eyes say it all: regret, betrayal, and the bone-deep exhaustion of being dragged down by someone mistaking chaotic energy for a personality.
None of this was necessary. This is a sequel that I had been looking forward to since it was announced, so to watch it straight to streaming, I don't know why it had 3 premieres, heavily disappointed.
And let me say this loud and clear, Anna Kendrick did not deserve this. What she got was a cinematic obituary for her career. In the first film, she gave us charm, innocence, and mystery. Here, she's trapped opposite Blake Lively in a movie where the only suspense is whether she can survive the script. Even Andy Signore, a die-hard Kendrick fan, admitted this was the first film of hers he couldn't defend. And not because of Anna, because of the script, because of the chaos, because of Blake.
Anna Kendrick's character, she does, become a true crime star after the success of the first movies, the ending. But she's stopped posting. She's struggling with a case that she wonders, did she do the right thing?
What was once fun, cheeky chemistry between opposites now feels like a hostage situation. Kendrick's character is stripped of agency, reduced to a jittery mess dragged along by Blake's endless parade of smug theatrics. The writing gives her nothing but reaction shots and trauma dump monologues.
Just about anything Anna Kendrick is in, she's wickedly talented, attractive AF, awesome, and just brings this weird, geeky, nerdy charm to everything she does, and I just absolutely fall for it every time. I absolutely adore this girl.
Blake didn't just ruin a sequel, she hijacked it, set it on fire, and tried to sell us the ashes as high art. This wasn't a comeback. It was career suicide. The tragedy? She doesn't even realize she's the one holding the knife. She played herself, literally and figuratively, and strutted away thinking she delivered. Sorry, Blake, you didn't serve a meal. You served delusion, and we're all still sick from it.
I really wish I had something better to tell you than what I'm about to say. I want to genuinely know what the writers and the producers were thinking when they sat down in the room to write the script for this movie.
Anna Kendrick didn't return for a sequel just to be sidelined like an extra in her own story. She carried the 2018 original with her awkward charm, her raw vulnerability, her dry humor. She made you root for her, even in her unraveling.
Watch it straight to streaming. I don't know why it had 3 premieres. Heavily disappointed.
Stephanie was a character people loved. Anna Kendrick made neurotic parenting iconic. But here, she's reduced to reacting like a stunned goldfish while Blake Lively parades around in Pinterest board couture. Let's not sugarcoat it. This sequel dragged Kendrick through the mud. She wasn't just underused, she was misused. Her spark was smothered, her charm set on fire. Whatever chemistry once existed between her and Blake.
And Blake's character really is sort of clearly trouble. We know that going in.
Their so-called chemistry now feels like two co-workers trapped on a corporate team-building retreat. Awkward, forced, painfully stiff. It's giving, I'll smile through this because my contract says I have to. After the first act, what does Kendrick's character even do? Stand around, look confused, maybe roll her eyes once. It's as if she read the script and thought, is this a prank?
Offered nothing new, nothing of substance, nothing noteworthy. I honestly just feel like it should have just been an entirely different story, maybe about different characters, and the name itself, A Simple Favor, should have just been an anthology following two different people with the energy of the first film.
Andy Signor's take. Because when he says it's the first Anna Kendrick film he couldn't stand, you know we've crossed into disaster territory. And he was clear. The problem wasn't Anna. It was the writing. Dialogue that read like Reddit fanfiction during a blackout. Half-baked, incoherent, and bent out of shape just to make room for Blake's one-woman circus.
You're gonna see Blake and Anna in their wardrobes. There they are, the crazy big hats and silly stuff.
The worst part? The long-term fallout. Kendrick's PR-polished image has taken a hit. No one's saying it outright, but the question is everywhere. Why is she still working with Blake? It's like watching your favorite indie darling suddenly feature on a Pitbull track. Confusing, sad. Career sabotage dressed up as opportunity. Anna's streak of solid, underrated gems is now tainted by one of the worst sequels in streaming history. All because she signed on to play second fiddle to someone who thinks volume equals acting.
She is playing herself. I really do think she's playing herself. And like I said, there's some fun parts, but like I also said, there are some parts. I'm just like, what is happening? Parts I didn't want to see.
For now, let's hand the mic to the real MVPs, the audience reviews. Because if you wanted a roast session, the internet already catered it. On launch, Another Simple Favor landed a catastrophic 2.2 out of 5 on Google. That's not just bad. That's Sharknado-level bad. Major sequels don't usually flop this hard unless there's a nightmare Sonic lurking in them. But this one? Oh, it earned every decimal point.
Very weird because it's like, why is Stephanie, that's what it is, Stephanie, why is she there? Well, she's basically being threatened to be there. That's how they justify it. And Blake's character really is sort of clearly trouble.
TikTok lit the funeral pyre. Comments like, worst sequel ever made weren't rare. They were the consensus. One viewer nailed it. It's like watching Murder Mystery 2 on mushrooms. And if you've seen Murder Mystery 2, you know that's not a compliment. Another rechristened it an absolute mistake, which honestly should have been the official title. Roll credits right there, because this wasn't a continuation of a story. It was a masterclass in how to torch goodwill, talent, and basic narrative structure in under 2 hours.